In this video, I'll be talking with you about progress and load tolerance and 3 scenarios that I frequently run into with my clients. We're going to look at single leg squat load tolerance measured every 3 weeks over a 9-week interval. The first client comes in with a load tolerance of level 3. They're able to do 5 squats on the total trainer at level 3 without pain. And anything above that is painful. 3 weeks later, they present with a load tolerance at level 6. At week 7, they're at level 8. And at week 10, level 9. Now this client might feel kind of disappointed when they only make a 1 level improvement over the last 3-week interval, especially when they had a history of making an improvement of 3 weeks initially. But when we look at the entire 9-week interval and they've made 6 levels of an improvement total, that's pretty average. That's a normal expected improvement of roughly 2 levels every 3 weeks. Let's look at another example. Now we have a client that comes, or I have a client that comes in or comes to see me via Skype and is at level 2 initially. When they're measured the same at levels 4 and weeks 4 and 7, that type of plateau can be rather frustrating for people. And when I coach clients, we talk about what might be occurring in that time frame, how to stick with the program or make necessary changes to then eventually see a bump in their squat load tolerance level. A third example of a client that I often see comes in with a load tolerance at level 5 on the total trainer. When I see them via Skype at 3 weeks later and measure, their squat load tolerance has actually decreased. This is incredibly frustrating to most clients. Sometimes this happens prior to working with me, and sometimes it happens during a time period. And one of the things that we work on is determining what was it about their daily life or their program that created this reality. The important thing is to not get stuck here, but to continue to move forward and note that what can happen is very normal progress after that. Over the full 9-week period, they may be making, only four levels of improvement. But when we look at the time when they decreased and identifying what changes needed to be made and the improvements that they made after that, this 3-week and eventually 6-week improvement was actually beyond what would be average. This client made an improvement of 5 levels in 6 weeks. And so if you're someone who has noticed a decrease in your squat load tolerance, the important thing is to really note that isn't a permanent reality, and that there's definitely ways to move beyond that and to make average or beyond average improvements. So those are 3 scenarios that I often see with my clients. 1, uneven improvement over the same 3-week intervals throughout their time training with me. 2, plateaus in their improvement. And 3, a temporary worsening followed by further improvement. Thanks for watching.